Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Lucas. I'm from Manhattan. I'm 22 years old and I ride BMX. How long have I been riding? Let's see. I've been riding bikes pretty much my whole life, but I just picked up BMX bikes about 2 years ago, like 1.5 years, 2 years. You know, I've had a lot of influences on biking in total and overall, but I really got into BMX because I started going to a skate park with my dirt jumper bike. And I met a couple of local riders up at Jefferson Skate Park on 114th Street, like Alberto, my man Willie, my friend Martin, and they inspired me to get a BMX bike, so that's what I went and did. I would say the first person that I saw doing tricks at the park that really got me into it was this kid, Willie, who was like I think he's a year younger than me, but we just related a lot on a lot of stuff. I remember he was riding his bike and I had my bike and we traded. I had a 26-inch dirt jumper and he had the 20-inch BMX bike, and I jumped on it and he said, yo, try to grind on it, try to do a feeble. And I went for it and I did it first try. And from that point on, I just fell in love with it. I just had to jump into it. And I couldn't stop from there. My first BMX bike was this Kink Titan 2 I got from the shop. I went down to see Tyrone at the shop and I told him what I needed and he helped build it up for me and order all the parts, and I was really grateful that he spent the time and just really set me up. When I first got this BMX bike, I took it to the skate park at 114th Street at Jefferson Skate Park, and they had a little ledge there and I learned how to do a feeble and a smith the very first day I got it, and I was super happy with that. I could just put my pegs on something and it felt so cool. I was just so happy to do that. Like that loud chink just made me so satisfied, and it just made me want to do it more and more. 2018, that was the end of the summer, 2018. I don't think I've progressed a whole lot, but a lot of my friends tell me that I've progressed a good amount. You know, everybody around me is an inspiration. Even the people that can't do too many tricks and are just kind of pedaling around, they're still an inspiration to me because they keep showing up to the spots and to the parks, and I just love to see the community grow, and that's my inspiration, is everybody in the community all pushing each other. There's a lot of tricks that I want to do, and there's a lot of tricks that I don't want to do. I would say there are some tricks that I just don't care for. Bar spins is one of those things that I don't really care to learn. You know, I've done them before. I've taken some time out to throw them, and it's fun when you got people around you pushing you to try a new trick. But at the same time, there are some tricks that are just, to me, feel so dangerous and feel so sketchy that I want to get my bike handling up before I even try to spend too much time doing that. Yeah, I like to do the pull-up bars, but a hot bar, I've done a couple of those before, but only when I had a lot of people pushing me to do it. Like I remember being at a spot one day and all my friends were telling me, like, you gotta hop off of this and throw the bar. And so, you know, all that inspiration just made me want to do it. And so I did it and I finally landed it and it was really cool. But it just doesn't feel right to me, so it's not something that I really try hard on. There's other tricks that I like way more, like 180s and 360s and feebles and smiths. That's where I'm really at. That's what I really love, is doing feebles and smiths and stuff. I think we're all beginners in life, and in every aspect. I don't think any of us are ever experts in anything. As much as we say we know something, we never truly know. So that's how I feel. That's what humbles me. That's what keeps me down to earth, at least. Ooh, the worst fall, when I first got my BMX bike and I seen the big cylinder orange traffic cones, and I jumped up to hit it, and somebody had put it, I jumped up to knock it over, but somebody had put it over a fire hydrant. So when I jumped up to hit it, I just went face first, and I shattered my cheekbone here, and I cracked my jaw, and I gave myself a concussion. And actually, well, to be honest, I jumped right back on my bike, and I was with my friend, and I said, nah, we'll just keep going, we'll keep going. And then I started to get very agitated, and I said, nah, I gotta go to the hospital. So I went to the doctor, I went to the hospital, and they said, nah, you got a really bad concussion, and you shattered your cheekbone. So you gotta let that heal. My sister came, because they wouldn't let me leave without somebody walking me home. So my sister came, she walked my bike home with me, and she was hitting me. She was like, you dumbass, she was like, you stupid, why'd you do this? Why do you keep doing this? You're always hurting yourself. I was like, whatever. And it was probably like a good 2 weeks until I got back on the bike and started riding again, until like I couldn't chew for a while. So I had to I could only kind of nibble on my food on the other side of my face. But that wasn't gonna stop me, I'll tell you that much. I just got the bike, you know, the bike was only like a couple weeks old. So I had to make sure I shredded that bike, and this bike. And I became very angry for like 2 weeks because of that concussion. It took me a while to recover from that, but it wasn't long after that that I got right back on the bike. What does BMX mean to me? BMX means almost everything to me, because it taught me so much in life. You know, it's not just riding and hanging out with friends and trying new tricks. It's pushing myself. It's really pushing myself. You know, I would say, like, out of all the school I went to, out of all the teachers I had, they could never teach me what I taught myself through BMX. And that was to, no matter what, like, you gotta keep pushing, you gotta keep trying, because if you stop trying, then you give up, and that's the end of life. You know, like, life is about trying and getting back up when you fall. You know, every time I get on my bike and my hands touch the grips and my feet slap on those pedals, and I just push down, and I have my right foot forward, my left foot back, and I go and I do a bunny hop, or I go and I bump jump a curb. It feels so right. It just feels correct. It feels like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. The adrenaline rush and everything, it just feels right. You know, there's nothing wrong about it. I would say it's so much freedom, because I can just pedal anywhere I want to go. I can just go look on a map and say I'm gonna go there, or if I know somebody in another borough, I can just go pedal over there. It's really freedom, you know. It's like, I'll say I've been riding bikes since I was 14 for real, because when I was 14, I stole my dad's car and I totaled it, and then since I'm still not able to get my license because of all that. So I've been riding bikes because I could never get a driver's license. So bikes is the way that I get around, and that's something I always hold on to, you know. You know, I usually ride by myself. I usually jump on my bike and I go pedal around, and I don't think about hitting anybody up. I don't need anybody to go ride with. I can be by myself, and I'm fine with that, because I've learned to become okay with my thoughts and everything that's going on in the world. However, when I ride around and I go to a park or a spot and I meet up with other riders, it makes it a whole lot better, because there's that community there. And I love to ride with other people, because it opens up my mind. It makes me feel more creative in a way, because like, others inspire me and I try to inspire others. You know, I'll say I love to ride with people, but I also love to ride by myself. You know, it's like both of those things. I can't say that riding by myself is better than riding with others, because sometimes, like, I need to ride with others to feel that sense of community, you know, and that fellowship. That's really important. You know, I expect to have a lot of fun every time I get on my bike. I expect to get hurt every single time I get on my bike. I expect to push myself every single time I get on my bike. I don't expect anything from BMX. I don't think it should give me anything, but what I think is what I should give back to it, because there's a lot to be given to BMX and to the community as a whole. I find that I'm given a lot, and I try to remain grateful for what I'm given in the sport. Some of my hobbies besides BMX would include cooking, number one. I love to eat, I love food. I'm so grateful that I have a job that pays me enough so I can stock my fridge pretty regularly. And I like to try new types of food. I would like to try a new type of food almost every day. I will say that to everybody else, like, try new foods. Try new foods. You never know what you're gonna like. Go to Chinatown. There's so much culture down there. You do not know what you're gonna walk into when you go to a supermarket. You're gonna find some crazy foods and some crazy vegetables you've never seen before. I like to make art. I like to paint. I like to draw. I like to use markers and sketchbooks and stuff. I try to keep it in the sketchbooks for the most part. The other sports that I participate in, I would say, is skateboarding mainly. I like dirt jumping a little bit. That's cool. My homie Jonah got me into that. He's mad cool. He really inspired me when I work at a bike shop, and he was the one that got me into dirt jumping, and then the dirt jumping led to the BMX stuff. I was thankful for my boss that got me into mountain biking before that. And before mountain biking, one of my coworkers had me riding road bikes, like those really fast, skinny tire bikes. And I was really into that. We would go for like 40, 60-mile rides. That's what helped me build up my leg strength until you know, I got to the BMX. And all of those other disciplines in the sport helped me with bike handling on the BMX. That's what helped me to develop the tricks much faster. I know a lot of people will take years to learn a 180 or a 360, and I had that down in like a couple of weeks, and I was proud of myself for that. No matter how hard it is to pull your front tire up and jump over that curb, just keep going. It's gonna get easier. It's gonna feel better as you do it. You know, if you fall and you get hurt, get right back up. Your shins are gonna get cut up. That's okay. If you don't want your shins to get cut up, you can wear shin guards, you know? But I would say to those new people coming, like, ride with other people. Ride with people that can really encourage you to push yourself more. For me, when I ride by myself now, I can still push myself when I'm by myself. However, when I'm with other people, they still push me even harder. And I would say go and ride with people, even if you don't know them, even if you're not, like, you feel uncomfortable going up to them and saying, how you doing? Like, can we ride together or whatever? Just keep going, just keep trying, like, keep on keeping on. I do want to give shout outs to all my homies at Thomas Jefferson Skate Park on 114th Street. You know who you are. You really kept me riding and really pushed me to do everything that I wanted to do and help encourage me in just all the great ways. And so I'm really thankful to you guys. And that wraps it up. I'm Lucas. This is BMX Bike Life. Holla at us.